Hello everyone, hello, welcome to another video of mine. So, as you all know, Gerson has been released to public testing in test place, something like that, whatever the hell that game's name is, but regardless, nobody really cares that much about the other characters' updates and whatnot. A lot of people have been focusing on Gerson. He's fun to play. A lot of UTPR community members, including YouTubers, have been making videos on Gerson recently. I think ever since July, June, even May, maybe, ever since the summer started. Now, it's the end of summer, it's transitioning to the fall. People are expecting Gerson to be finished up by now because of the amount of suggestions flowing in for how Gerson should be changed. But for now, since Gerson isn't really gonna be changing much anytime soon, I will be giving out some tricks and, flicks and tricks, I guess, on how to kill Gerson players and Gerson mains. Because recently, a lot of people have been finding trouble killing and defeating Gersons recently. And I understand your pain. He's hard to fight. He's basically an 𝓤 main, but on crack. Literally, all of his moves have super armor except a few. Okay, you know what? I'll just explain it later in the video, so that way you can know how to kill Gerson and counter him. But if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm getting close to, 1020. I don't know last time I checked. Well, actually, let me check later, but regardless. My goal for now is 2K subscribers, but I want 110, not 110, what the hell, I already said that. No, I said 120, I'm being schizophrenic. Regardless, 101. I'm gonna slam my desk, bro. I'm gonna slam my desk. 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 I'm gonna slam it. 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 I'm gonna. Regardless, as I said in one of my recent posts, I wanted to get to 2K subscribers, but I already know that goal is gonna be impossible to reach right now because of how I extended all my energy just to get 1K subscribers before the end of the summer. So what I want to do now is get 1,100 subscribers before the end of the year, So if you want to, please, any type of support helps and goes a long way. Sharing, other friends and all that, like and subscribing, it gets me somewhere, And I thank you guys for all the love and support for the past few years, once more. And yeah, with that out of the way, let us begin on how to counter Gerson, move by move. To start things off, we have Gerson's 1, the quickest move of Gerson's arsenal so far. In its first phase and buffed variant, it's a combo extender, but in its second phase, it's a combo ender. The thing is, dodging this move isn't gonna be the easiest attempt. Gerson's 1 is pretty hard to counter, but again, with practice, you can easily counter it, being the fastest move on his arsenal so far. So, the easiest way to counter it, depending on what phase you're facing, is remembering the last spot Gerson used 1 from. As soon as 1 appears in front of you, please, I'm begging, dodge that attack while backing up to the place that Gerson teleported from. And then, as soon as he starts spinning, that is when it's your time to punish him. Well, that's the simplest part of 1. You can also try and attack Gerson a bit with projectile moves, but only fast ones though will be able to hit him fast enough, or else he might get punished. Again, it depends on what phase you're on, or Gerson's on specifically, sorry. If Gerson is on his first phase, then all hits that he does to you will stun and then knock you back. Again, it depends if he's buffed or unbuffed, technically. And then in the second phase, one hit from one, and then another strong hit from his fake out attack. Again, fastest move in the game. I mean, kinda. Fastest move in his kit. But one of the fastest moves that he can pull off in the game, technically. If you don't counter it easily. Also, speaking of counters, Gerson's 1 can also be countered by GTC's 5, Hate Free, and I think it can be triggered by every single counter in the game. So, when Gerson is released, maybe try and watch out for it. 2 is a little bit of a complicated move to interact with. The thing is, whenever Gerson is on iframes or whatnot, he can use any type of move, like any other character can, and it'll hit the opponent. But what if 2 is paired with 6, that's when the move actually becomes a danger. And plus 2 has super armor whenever it's used on its startup. And then after that, it gains iframes throughout its entire activation as soon as it hits the opponent. 2 can also be used up close if Gerson can predict the opponent fast enough. It's legitimately like better than Frisk's 1, or Worn Dagger and Toy Knife and Real Knife 1 technically, because of the protection it has during the move's duration. So whenever Gerson pops 6 and dodges your attack easily, he can pair 2 along with that, or any other move along with 6, so be careful of that. Oh god, Free, where can I start with this move? It has iframes as soon as it's activated. It has a long startup when it's held, but a little bit of a shorter one when it's not held. But at the same time, you can, technically now, because Solar leaked how to counter the move, you can just walk sideways, just not even get hit by the hammers. Before, people would just go away from Gerson, run as fast as they can, and lose half their stamina. But that's a better way to interact with Gerson. So the best possible way to counter Gerson's Free, especially his held Free, is just walk sideways, please. But also try and keep track of where Gerson is hopping to. If you try and counter Gerson while he's using Free, you better be careful, because his hop or his jump has a certain cooldown. So unless you have a counter attack against that, then you're pretty much cooked if he gets Free off close. If you try and attack from like a far distance but Free is hit, Gerson can't really do much about it because 1 is out of range and he can only use 4 to try and put mute on you. But usually after 4 the opponent gets up quickly, so not really much of the help, whatever. Now with 4 is a little bit of a complicated-ish move. So whenever Gerson uses 4, he applies mute at the same time knocking them down. But then Solar also said in the announcements at one point saying that you have to spam 4 after its activation to technically bounce the opponent away. Less mute, but more damage and knockback ability, something like that, whatever. But the thing is, after 4's activation, Gerson would usually want to tap it once to try and knock the opponent away from more distance, because most Gerson players are zoners and they're losers and they have no lives 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 and they just zone and play passive all day, and it's so boring. Why do they even exist? Also, a quick heads up, Gerson's 4 has super armor apparently. I don't know if it's going to be changed or removed or whatnot, but just to be wary if they still have it added onto Gerson. The best possible way to dodge the move, technically, is to just not get too close while he uses Rune Buster. There's a small amount of end lag that you can at least take yourself to use to your advantage after Rude Buster ends, but that's literally it. And then during Dual Buster, Gerson is also able to use his mute ability, while Susie does not mute. So yeah, and the move is pretty overpowered because it's like one of the best neutral tools so far that can counter Asgore's new mutual tools. I can't speak for getting so angry. I'm gonna. Now, to be frank, 5 is legitimately like the most easiest move to counter in the game. Just hold block, and you're just all set. Just you'll take a small amount of block damage, sure, but at the same time, you're still able to counter. And even if Gerson misses, they'll be able to, not attack you because of heavy end lag at the end of 5. Again, I don't know if they're gonna change this up after they re-release Gerson up to the public, but permanently now, hopefully things get better for 5, because the fact that it can get blocked like that is, I mean, I don't know, at least it's the best move that you can punish so far easily, but it's only used if the opponent knows that you're not going to be on guard. So just stay on guard the entire 1v1. If they use 5 out of nowhere and it misses, then it's over for them. And then finally 6, Gerson's trump card. Now, the thing is, with 6, it's a bit complicated to use it, but it's the best move currently in the game. As long as you're standing and using the counter, then you can dodge literally at anything from LMB, super projectiles, and the iframes it gives at the very end of the counter. It allows you to use extra moves. And as long as those moves are coded in super armor, then you can technically just counter the opponent easily with those moves. Again, as long as you have everything set. And because they changed the cooldown if you whiff it from 50 to 90, if you even miss the counter by a bit, then technically that's basically like SOJ's cooldown technically in your hands if you whiff it. So then again, if a Gerson uses a counter against you, most definitely you'd have to move out of the way. Again, it's a counter. You fell for it. But then again, what else are you supposed to do? If you use a move that forces you to stay still for a while and then Gerson just pops another move out of nowhere, you're just finished and cooked. Again, it depends on the situation and scenario you're in, but if you're able to catch the Gerson, because of how short the iframe window is, if you're able to catch the Gerson with a grab, maybe a move that knocks him away, sure. But again, it depends on what, I don't know, 4 4 super armor moves he's using during the short window of iframes being generated. Now, sadly, we all must know this news by now. Test place is closed now because the developers got as much feedback as they needed from not only the Gerson update, but from multiple of their other cosmetic changes, extra skins they added and whatnot. Like, if you understand what I mean, free content technically for both the community and YouTubers to plunge in and enjoy it. But for now, this is the information gathered from what we know about Gerson's moveset and how to counter him specifically from my view. I hope this information is helpful in some form or way. and helps you counter Gerson if these changes are not changed and stay in the main game. Again, this guide might be altered or either that or might be outdated. So most definitely, if there's a change or two that's happened to Gerson, then I'll try and make a follow-up video on that. But regardless, I think that's all for this video. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'd want them to see this too, right? Again, thank you for watching, and your endless support indulges me in making more of these videos. So, once more, thank you for your support. And I'll be seeing you all next time. Banzai.